First, tell me what you do for a living.
I am,
Long list.
it's a long, I wear about 5, 6 different hats. I am a special ed teacher, middle school in the Linden school system, Seoul Middle School. I teach 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So that's my day job. That's what I really do. The other stuff, I'm a best-selling author, motivational speaker, assistant football coach at St. Peter's Prep on the freshman level. I coach running backs and defensive backs and wherever else they need me to coach on the freshman level. Some people will call me a sports agent, but I do marketing and promotion for other professional athletes and entertainers. So I wear a bevy of hats, but I look at myself as a motivational speaker and teacher.
Excellent. What did you graduate from West Virginia with?
Education major. And it's weird, I've always wanted to teach and work with special need kids. So when I was playing, and what really drove me to that, when I was playing in the AFL after I got done with college, I would go and sign autographs, and I would go and deal with kids that were from the special ed background. And I would go home and so frustrated about these kids seem like people don't really give them anything. I'm always dealing with the kid that nobody else wants to work with. So once I got married, I was telling my wife, I said, you know what, it's the strangest thing. Whenever I go to these schools, I tend to gravitate to the kid that nobody else wants to deal with. And we have the best time. So she said, well, maybe that's your calling. Maybe dealing with those type of kids is what you really need to do. So when I retired from playing, I actually went back to school and I got my special ed certification. And the first job, this is so weird, I was working with the little ones. I was working with like 3rd and 4th graders. So here it is, you know, this decent sized man working with the little tots, and they were so cute. I had so much fun doing it that I decided that's really what I wanted to do. So 16 years later, this is what I'm doing. I'm still working with special need kids.
Now, your class, it's self-contained, you said?
Yes, self-contained.
Well, how bad are your kids?
Usually, I'm dealing with kids that are emotionally disturbed. Some of them are on multiple meds, 2 and 3 different types of meds. And typically, it goes from maybe kids who like to fight a lot to kids who are perceptually impaired. You can talk to them about one thing, and it's so many different perspectives on it. Maybe a kid who's coming from a single parent home, difficult home life, and he's emotionally disturbed, just doesn't know how to manage his emotions properly. So typically it can be a physical kid who like to fight a lot, to a kid who just has learning disabilities. And maybe he's in the 8th grade, but maybe he may be reading or writing on a 3rd or 4th grade level. So my room, I have 9 boys in my room now. It can go from the kid who wants to fight all the time to the kid who just is not on his proper grade level. So it runs the gamut.
Do you have any aides?
Yes, I do have one, and if I'm Batman, she's Robin. I'm gonna tell you, she's incredible. I've been in Linden now 11 years. She's been with me for actually the whole time. This is her 12th year, it's my 11th year. She was there a year before I got there. Incredible. So it's like, I'm the bad cop, she's the good cop. And there's days, like today was a rough day. Today was a real difficult day. I had 2 or 3 different outbursts from 2 or 3 different kids having bad days. And when I gotta get on them to get them back in line, they'll normally gravitate back there to Miss Oken. You know, but it works. I mean, it definitely works. The kids they understand why it's done that way, and it's probably the best model for them to see a woman and a man work together in a way, and it's probably I'll say the best model because some of them are coming from single parent homes, and they don't have that model at home. So to come to school, this is probably the most stable that these kids have been in the last few years. And since I get to keep them from the 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I have really 3 good years to really work with them. So that's a benefit as well.
Yeah. I mean, I always love talking to special ed teachers. Obviously, you probably know my brother's a special ed teacher, so.
Yes.
So, you know, hits home. But
oh, yeah.
I have so much respect for people who do that because I don't think that I'd be able to. But like my brother says, once you're with them for about a half hour, you don't realize you want to sometimes break their neck. You don't see that. It's
tough. It's tough. You know what? And he's right. What it is, the difference is the gains are so minimum. That's the problem. And if you're used to dealing with kids that are mainstream kids that they think on a different level. Our kids, like I said, the majority of them are perceptually impaired, so their perception is going to be skewed no matter what you tell them. If you say blue, they say black. If you say black, they say blue. If you say open, they say close. I mean, so after a while, if you're dealing with a kid like that for too long, you start thinking, well, did I say blue or did I say black? Did I say open or did I say close? I mean, it's the strangest thing, but once we get to see them when they do get it and when they do understand and when that light does come on, and that is the greatest feeling in the world. To get a kid who didn't know 2 + 2 does equal 4. You keep saying it equals 5, but no, it equals 4. And after a while, once they say, oh man, Mr. N, 2 + 2 does equal 4. Okay, when they get it, I'm gonna tell you, it's the greatest thing in the world. And I've experienced dealing with some of the richest people in the world. I've traveled a lot from playing professionally. I had a great time in college. Doing my book tour was tremendous. Nothing would come before, and nothing has come before that feeling of seeing a kid when he finally gets it and that light comes on. It's the greatest thing, because now you know that you really did your little piece to help this person move a little bit further along. And that's really what it's all about,
Right.
you know?